You update us on your quarterback deal and what you're going to do Saturday?
We don't know. I mean, we'll figure that thing out on Saturday, but they're both available.
When you have coordinators, do you make recommendations on where they observe the game from? Would you prefer them to be on the sidelines, or box, or is it up to them?
Well, it's whether it's a coordinator, it's the play caller, and Jacob felt more comfortable in the box, and that's the decision that he made, and he felt comfortable there, so we went ahead and did it. I mean, Billy Kosh was up in the box when he was here, so however they feel comfortable. Yeah.
How good is a Lafayette team that's expected to at least challenge Lehigh for the Patriot League title that you have coming in?
They're real good, especially on the offensive side of the ball. They're talented. They got an experienced quarterback who's an excellent player. Obviously, the running back is really good. He's hard to bring down. He breaks tackles. They got weapons on the outside, and they're probably one of the better teams up front in the Patriot League offensively. So big challenge there. Defensively, they've had a couple games where probably similar to us that they haven't been real good, but for the most part they've been really solid defensively. They're well coached, and so they have a great grasp of what they want to do defensively. I mean, we're going to have to make plays. I mean, it just seems like there's, a lot of times there's just not if there's not a lot there, somebody's got to break a tackle. Somebody's got to make somebody miss. Just like last week, Andreas Hill catches a little hitch route, breaks a tackle, and and gains an extra 25 yards. I mean, those things, if you want to score points and have big yards, those things have to happen.
What is it like for your locker room when it is seemingly a different person every week, whether it's a running back, a receiver, somebody on the defense, somebody different is stepping up every week? What's that do for your locker room and the combined confidence of everybody?
It does kind of seem that way. Somebody else is making a big play each and every week on the offensive side of the ball. It just, I think what it shows you is you just never know when it's your time. I mean, you don't know when you're going to get that shot. You may go and never have the shot all game, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and 3, and you catch a hitch and break a tackle and go score. So you don't know when your number's going to be called. And we got enough people that we can spread it around. And then defensively, I know Donnie had a great day Saturday. So. You just never know how that's going to unfold.
Coach Huseman, could you say a word or two about Olszewski's year? I know you had some misgivings about your kicking game in August.
Well, I had misgivings because he was limping around and acting like a big baby, and so we never got to kick him. We kind of thought, he would be competing for the job. And when he got healthy, he came in and kicked. He's doing a great job. His only 2 misses are on blocks, so you can't really call them misses. And they weren't his fault. He kicked them good. It was just up front. So he's been money all year long. He's got to keep it up.
Has anyone on the team progressed quite as much as he has from the start of camp till now?
When he first got here, I'm not sure if he could put a PAT over the uprights. No, that's a little out of range. But he really didn't have great leg strength, and his ball kind of was weird looking coming off. And the kid just worked and worked and worked and worked, and got through his 4th year here and came up to me and said, Coach, I want to play. I want to play another year. And I said, okay. And he was a walk-on, and so. And I probably shouldn't say this, but about into the 3rd or 4th game, I put him on scholarship. So, finally got a chance to reward him because he is such a team player, such a great person. The team loves him. He loves his team. He was going to come back and pay his own way for a 5th year just to be a part of this thing with no guarantees, and obviously it's paid off for him and paid off for us too.
Why do you think he stuck it out? I mean, that's a long way to go without playing until your graduate year.
Yeah, I asked him that question, and maybe John asked him that question, but I asked him that question, and he said, I just love this team and just wanted to be around it. Everybody should be like Springer, everybody, but they're not. Everybody should. They should love football so much that they don't want it to finish up. They want to be a part of it for years and years and years and not worry about going out in the real world. The real world sucks. It's bad. Some of these guys out there, I can't wait to get out in the real world. Are you kidding me? You could play another year of football? Are you nuts? I'd come out and be a manager before I went out in the real world. But Springer, Springer just loves being around our guys.
Get in a game like Saturday, where there's a lot of adversity. What's kind of the mindset of you guys that enabled you to come back and win?
It's just to stay focused. We got to the sideline, we just reset, went over the film, and we just had to lock back in and do what we know we can do.
What does it say about this team to have the focus you've had, particularly the last couple of weeks?
Yeah, we fought it through a lot of adversity, which is, just been our season. Every game we've faced some type of adversity, and we just stay honed in. And when we get on the field, we just try to dominate.
What's your season been like?
My season's been really well. I can't complain at all. It's been fun being out there making plays. So that's just the game that I love, and I get the opportunity to do it. So.
When you're making plays, you're making them kind of both as a linebacker and a DB. I know we've talked about this before, but how have you kind of embraced this hybrid role?
I feel like that's just me. I've been a hybrid. I played this same position in high school, so I've kind of grown, and this is just grown into me now. This is what I do.
When you play a program like Lafayette, with the history that it has, what's the first thing you know about that program anyway, outside of this year's team?
They're a really good program. They do really good in the Patriot League, and I just want to. It's my first time being in the Patriot League, so it's new territory to me. So it'll be good out here just to see what they're about.
And what have you seen of them so far?
They're a really good run game. They run the ball really well. They averaging over like 250 yards on the ground. So we just got to stop them on the run game and get them the third down and stop them in the pass game.
They have one dominant runner, obviously. He was Offensive Player of the Week in Kansas this week. How much do you have to zero in on that? I know they've got quarterback, wide receivers, all that, but he's obviously a dominant player.
Yeah, no, he's definitely a dominant player. He's been, I think, Player of the Week like 3-4 times this year. So he's definitely a focal point of the game plan. Definitely have to have thick contact on the backs. Make sure we tackle them really well, and make sure we won't leave no leaky yardage. So
how much has what the D line has been doing, particularly the D ends, kind of helped you guys at your level?
Yeah, no, the D ends they've been killing the past couple of weeks. They've been getting back there in the quarterback's face, having them running around, and that just makes the DB's jobs even easier. We don't have to cover as long, and whenever you have to do that, that's good for the defense.
Kind of the same line of thinking. Game's not going great. You're falling behind early. You fell behind again third quarter. What was the mindset kind of on the sidelines that allowed you guys to come back last week?
For us, we're used to battling through adversity. So the way we practice, the way we train, the way we prepare, we just always know that, like, okay, in the face of adversity, we're going to be okay. If we stick to our rules, stick to, coming together as a team, we're just going to go out there and perform. And then, ultimately it helped us win the ball game.
After the game on the post-game radio, Ashton called it maybe the best pass he's ever thrown in his life to you. I know you've had longer plays and other touchdowns. How would you frame that?
Honestly, that was probably the coolest throw to catch that I've had in my college career. And honestly, like my high school and college career as well. So, that pass that Ashton threw, obviously he got hit, threw the ball up, and I just came down with it, saw it last second. So, yeah, that's the best connection me and Ashton have had, and we've had that all season. So, that didn't really surprise me. We make routine catches like that in practice and everything. So, yeah, I would say that's probably our coolest catch, coolest moment.
When you saw the linebacker on you, kind of went through your mind that you beat him to the end.
Yeah, I knew I could beat him. For me, I trust my speed. I trust my athleticism against a lot of linebackers. So, once I saw him, I'm like, okay, let me get around him. And even if I see the ball late, just got to track it out and go get it.
How has this been for you guys in the running back room this year? The rotation, everybody, getting a chance, and
seemingly each of you grabbing some of the headlines
Right.
week after week.
It's been great. You know, all of us we're very talented. We're a very talented group, and honestly, I believe we're one of the most talented running back groups in the country. So, you know, all of us being able to have our different skill sets and go in there and make plays, you know, we do it in practice all the time. So we come out and the rotation is just like this. Aziz said it best. He said, whoever's in there, we're going to get money. That's as simple as that. You know, we all go in there, we all have our part, and then ultimately make plays. So.
What kind of defense is Lafayette?
They're pretty good. They're a good ball club. You know, I trust our offense against them, obviously, but Lafayette's good. Obviously, they're one of the top teams in the Patriot League, so it's definitely going to be a test. But we've had a really good week of practice, good week of prep, so you know we trust that we're going to come out there and make plays and handle business.
The greatest pass in your career aside, is there a fundamental difference between Ash and Kyle when they're in there, or what do you guys notice?
Honestly, there's not really much. Both are elite playmakers. Like for me, I know I have a great trust between them both. So I know whether it's Ash, whether it's Kyle, they're going to make the play. They're going to get the ball in our hands, receivers, running backs. So, you know, for them, they're both elite. So, you know, when they come out there, they just make the play.
Yeah, I'm going to tread lightly a little bit on this question, but you had the drop pass the week before.
I did.
And then you had the great catch against the Georgetown. What's the mindset of a running back, pass catcher when you go through both of those experiences?
You know, for me, I work on my hands a lot in the off season, and then even just going throughout the season and stuff like that. So whenever I drop a pass, I always get on myself because I'm like, dang, like I know I should have caught that pass. I know I should, even if it was a ball that was uncatchable. I'm like, okay, I know I'm good enough to make this pass. So next time, I'm like, all right, don't think about it, just go ahead and catch the ball. That's kind of the mindset that I have. Just the second you blur everything out and just think like, okay, I got to just make the play. Forget the catch, forget all that, just make the play.